Okay, hello everybody. My name is Jameson Chase Young, and this is Coins in History. Today I'm showing off my Britannias, my British silver Britannias. These are actually my first Britannias, not my last, but my first. Moves into a new generation with this 2023, because this is the first year that they have King Charles III on the front, because Queen Elizabeth died in September of 22. Now, they actually did mint a limited amount of Queen Elizabeths in early 2023 because they didn't have all the stuff set up yet to do King Charles's stuff. So there are some 2023s with Queen Elizabeth still on it, but this is the first year with King Charles officially on it. And the coin is a 1 troy ounce of 0.99 pure silver, 3 nines fine. Face value is £2, but obviously it goes by the silver amount. The Royal Mint started the 2023 production cycle, final effigy of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. She died in 2022. The averse of the 2023 British Silver Britannia coin with the King Charles face on it. His Majesty is shown with a left profile relief with no crown on his head. This design follows the tradition of alternating the orientation of the monarchy effigy. And this new bust of the king was created by Martin Jennings. The reverse side of it was created in 1987 by Philip Nathan. Britannia is a female personification of Great Britain. Each coin contains 1 ounce of pure silver, 3 nines fine. It's minted by the Royal Mint in Great Britain. Each coin has the diameter is 38.61. Its thickness is 3 millimeters. Its edge is reeded. And yeah, they're a very nice coin. Same thing with the Canadian maple leafs. You know, they're very fine. Like when I say fine, like they're very smooth, like they have that mirror shine. So you have to be careful touching like the front face of King Charles or Queen Elizabeth if you have one that's a little bit older, because they're like so perfectly smooth and fine that you can scratch them extremely easy. I don't take them out too much. I'm just gonna showing them off for this film. But once then, I'll put them back in the capsules and won't touch them. Because, yeah, like even I've scratched my maple leafs just by wiping them down. And I noticed that you can do the same thing with these Britannias. So you have to be really careful touching that face. But they are really pretty coins. And I think I like the back especially. And I think I like the Queen Elizabeth better than the King Charles. But they both have their own appeal. And the diameter of the present day ones is 38.61, which would include this. Actually, the diameter from 1997 to 2012 was 40 millimeters. Seems like they changed a lot of the compositions. The mass was 32.45 grams from 1997 to 2012. And then from 2013 to present, the mass was 31.21. The thickness has been 3 millimeters since 2013, and its composition has changed also. Like it was 0.958 silver from 97 to 2012. Now it's 3 nines fine. And one of the biggest stories of the year was the Titan, the submersible submarine that was going down to the Titanic, the one that imploded. It was operated by an American named Stockton Rush. He, to say the least, rushed through some of the safety features on it. He was operating an underwater tourism company, taking people down to the Titanic in this little, I don't know, it's like a big pop can. He made it out of carbon fiber, which was not supposed to go down to those depths. And he bypassed a lot of safety features. And like if you remember, he was controlling the submarine with like a video game controller. And they didn't even have a proper radio. They were sending like texts back and forth. And apparently in all the other missions he went down there with, lots of times, I think every single mission he went down, starting in 2018, there was multi-hour time periods that they lost track of him. And this submarine, it was right around 23,000 pounds. Its length was around 22 feet. Its height was a little over 8 feet. It could carry 5 people. In the case of an emergency, it had 96 hours of oxygen now with 5 people. And that's why, if you remember, even after they heard the implosion, they kept holding up hope that maybe it wasn't an implosion and that maybe they were just stuck down there. And then there was like that big count off, if you remember. It was like, oh, they got 4 days left, and then, oh, they got 3 days left, and oh, they got 2 days left. And even though they kind of knew that what that bang they initially heard was probably an implosion, they just kind of kept holding on hope that maybe they were still down there and this was a rescue mission and not just a salvage mission. Yeah, every time it would go down, it would, get a minute little bit more damage on those carbon fibers. And 2021, it got so much fatigue damage that they had to replace the hull in 2021. In that year, OceanGate began transporting paying customers to the wreck of the Titanic, completing several dives to the wreck in both 2021 and 2022. During the Submersible's first 2023 expedition, all 5 occupants were killed. That was the one that made all the news. There were people, this Stockton Rush, there were people warning him all the way. They were, saying he shouldn't do it, saying that he should, he needs to get this tested properly. One guy even got fired because he brought up concerns how that submarine wasn't supposed to be going that deep. They said once you got to a certain depth, you can sometimes hear a little crackling and popping. He just kind of ignored them all. I mean, I don't think he was suicidal. I just think he was that arrogant and that reckless. They started on the 16th of June, 2023 at 9:31 a.m. The expedition to the Titanic, which was a company referred to the Mission 5, departed from St. John's, Newfoundland, aboard the Canadian flagship research and expedition ship MV Polar Prince. The ship arrived in the vicinity of the Titanic wreck site on the 18th of June, 5:15 a.m. Newfoundland Daylight Time. At around 8:30 a.m., 5 people were on board and into the Titan, mounted on top of a floating platform. Titan disengaged from the platform and commenced diving. For the first hour and a half of the descent, Titan communicated with the Polar Prince via text every 15 minutes and receiving a ping every 5 to 10 seconds. A final text communication was sent from the Titan at 10:47 a.m. Approximate depth of 3,341 meters / 10,961 feet, which read drop 2 weights. The final ping data was received just seconds later. What they meant by dropping 2 weights was they were dropping weights to try and float up. Some people say they might have had a problem, so they were trying to abort the mission and float up. Some people might just say they were just trying to slow their descent as they reached the Titanic. But anyway, I'm not sure about like 11,000 feet. When you're down around the Titanic 12, it's almost 6,000 pounds per square inch. So it's not just 6,000 pounds on top of you. It's 6,000 pounds per every single square inch of your body. And it all happens instantaneously. So it's like an explosion inward. So there was no survivors. And like the news always said, they probably died before they even knew what was happening. And the thing was, both their ship and the Coast Guard ship heard the implosion, but they kept hope. I guess you could say that maybe it wasn't what they thought it was, and maybe that they were just stuck down there. Some of it was kind of hard because the Titanic sunk really way out in the middle of nowhere, so they were boats were racing to get there, and because they knew if on the off chance that these people were still alive, that they wouldn't have long. And it was really sad because like one of them was the son was 19 years old. 19-year-old kid didn't even really want to go, and on top of that, the 19-year-old was the youngest, and on top of that, his mother, Christine Dawood, gave up her seat for him to go down. Yeah, I do remember, and I remember the story involving the teenage kid was really sad. But I guess this accident started primarily because that Stockton Rush avoided a lot of safety measures. But anyway, that is what was going on in 2023 when this coin was being minted. Probably exactly around that time is when they started this coin, because, the first few months was they were still printing Queen Elizabeth. So this coin was getting minted right around the time that submersible went down. Anyway, I hope you thought this was interesting. My name's Jameson Chase Young, and this is Coins in History. Please like this video and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.